Morning everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk. It's Des here, ready to attack the day, ready to get out there and enjoy some fresh air. As you can probably see, I'm not on the Robin Hood way today. Taking a break from that, trying today's walk in with an errand. Whilst I'm always encouraging activity and people to get up early and make the most of what they can, today I've got an appointment I must attend, so I'm actually on my way there, tying the walk in with that, but also making sure I get out before it absolutely teams it down. It's starting to rain now, but the weather's supposed to be bad, so it's important to get it in early today. Not that we can't go out in the rain. I always say skin's waterproof, and I'll probably be out at some point later today as well, because it's not going to be the biggest walk, but the nice thing about it is I get to come down by the river in the morning, and whenever I do that, it feels absolutely amazing. It's quiet because of that hint of rain in the air. Few runners, few walkers, but an amazing place to be at this time of the day. And whenever I do get down here, I really feel like I've started well. Not that I don't when I go elsewhere, but the serenity of the water, and the green sort of space, the nature we talk about quite a lot, makes me feel really good. Makes me feel like I've started properly. See behind me there, Trent Bridge. So, whilst this is somewhere I come a lot, and I do normally try to get to points of interest, this is a real point of interest for most people. There's lots going on around here. Always say to Kay, I'd never like to move away from the river now. Really sort of fell in love with the place. Not that I hadn't before I lived here, but sometimes possibly take it for granted how much it works, and I forget occasionally how much it does work. I live about 200 yards away and sometimes don't come to the river. It's like all those that live in seaside towns and don't go to the beach. What a waste. So if you can sort of use whatever you've got, whatever points of interest locally, kind of reinforcing that today, because everybody feels like, they're missing something here and there, don't they? We could all sort of say, well, it's better elsewhere, but I'm sure wherever you live, there's some green space, there's a nature spot. Before I was doing the Robin Hood walk, I found many sort of hidden gems within Nottingham, places where I've lived before and not really known too much about, but when you do, it's kind of enlightening. It makes you feel like you've really you've made a real find, you've made a real discovery. And again, it just adds to everything, doesn't it? It makes you feel good about what you're doing. Yesterday on DOdaily, we spoke about discovery and how sort of taking new things on board, taking advice. Of course, all week I've been working to this Can Do campaign from the Mental Health Foundation, looking at men's health. And today it's all about offer. So there's not really much I can say sort of during the video on that, but I'm going to make a promise to myself to do 3 things sort of out of the normal, to help somebody, to maybe say something nice to somebody, to pick somebody up. I'm going to find 3 ways, and perhaps I'll check back in on Monday. But the importance of all that is just to understand how it helps herself as well. Whilst of course you might put a smile on someone's face, feel like I'm always trying to do that, not always with the same degree of success, but generally think I do okay at that. Some people don't want to take it, but there's not much you can do as long as you've tried. But I'm going to try and do 3 things, and I can measure it as the day goes on, and it might just be a small sort of compliment, might be buying someone a coffee, all these things I know work for me, and whilst I'm trying to portray a positive image, a positive what's the word, positive outlook. You know, it's not always the case. I'm not always feeling fantastic. So I know this one in particular, when I'm not, you know, can just do the trick. Because if anything, it distracts you from what's happening. It distracts you from what's going on around you. You know, I use all these things like the river and the nature and the activity, which are all really, really important. But it's not for everyone, I understand that. It's not the amount I do anyway. I think everybody should get at least some in. So yeah, sometimes we just have to find different ways. And for me, this has definitely become one of them. You know, because when it happens to me, you know, I spoke a couple of weeks ago, somebody bought me a coffee, you know, because I was having a bit of a nightmare with my phone in the queue, and the internet signal, due to the COVID restrictions, and not being able to pay in cash. Somebody paid for a coffee, and I couldn't believe it. I was so humbled. I was so sort of taken back by it, because it's not what we expect, is it? We live in a crazy world, you know, sometimes where people race around at 100 miles an hour and kind of forget about each other. But I think with everything that's happened, you know, people are just that little bit more in tune with how others are feeling. They're feeling it themselves. And I said yesterday, we're human beings at the end of the day, aren't we? Nobody's born bad. Nobody sort of does it on purpose, but of course situations and worry and stress and mental health can get us all down and make us make poor decisions that we don't really want to make, but subconsciously we are, you know, because we're not sort of addressing the issues. So the more we can do to help ourselves, the more we can do to help each other, put a real smile on your face, you know. And if you can do that today, I can assure you, you'll feel fantastic. I'm going to try and go that extra step by consciously making 3 decisions. I think in reality we probably do that anyway, most of us, you know. It might be the smallest things of helping somebody lift the shopping, or you know, or sorry, I thought someone was running into me. Might be the smallest things of helping someone with the shopping, or holding a door open, or just like I say, a text message saying well done for something. You know, I tend to do that a lot through social media, try and use it in a positive way, because I know how much it can get to me in a negative way. It can get me really sort of wound up. You know, and that's the last thing we need. Sorry, I flinched here from a pigeon. I'm actually on the suspension bridge now. What a place to be. Whilst it's quite fresh, you know, it's amazing to be out there this morning. You know, yeah, so I was talking about social media there, wasn't I? You know, and that can sometimes get us down. So what I'm going to do is almost distract myself from that today. There's a big football match tonight. There'll be lots of to-ing and fro-ing with what people think. And whilst that's great conversation, hope it all stays friendly. It can all get a bit too much at times. It can all get a bit overwhelming. So I'm going to try and do the really positive thing of helping people out. I'm just getting to the other side of the bridge where my surgery is. So I'm going to check out shortly. Just a quick one today, guys, just to mention the what I said there about helping others and how much that really helps. And believe me, it does. If you get up early for a walk, or get out for a walk at least now, by the time you watch this, if you help people today in some shape or form, and if you look forward to whatever it is you've got to look forward to at the weekend, I can assure you, you'll have a fantastic day, you know, and you will be ready for it. You know, you'll be ready to take a bit of time if you've got it, or if you've got to work, you'll be sort of pushing on through it and doing what you got to do. Feeling really good about myself right now. You know, been happy again with DOdaily. A few inconsistent weeks, I feel, but starting to come together again. You know, that goes in waves too. So really pleased with that. Thanks for tuning in all week. I'll be back on Monday. Of course, if you've liked the video, please share, subscribe, give it the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. So, gotta go. Gotta get a jab. Not the COVID jab. Until Monday, guys, have a good one. You know, make the absolute most of it and be nice. Just doing it.